Heaven. Right. So yeah, you're not gonna take me as serious. You want me to say it nicer? What is nicer? My point wasn't to be what the communication part should be the nice part. Me just letting you know. But it says it means stretching, tension, or tightening. Oh. See, that's why it has probably an expansion of uses. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you want a bass guitar, that tone, or the electric, take a number 8. Right, right. That's only you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is gonna be like, oh yeah, right, right. They want you to change for them. That's why. Yeah. So it says the this root reflects the literal act of tightening a string on a musical instrument to produce a specific pitch. You sure did. I gotta write that down. I forgot. That's the thing about it's crazy how physical you literally have to take your time. Whereas like the internet, it's like, but it's like I have to letter, sentence, paragraph. There's no rushing physical shit. Right. Damn. Con- grounded. Right. Yeah, it's like a fast food version. It's fast food. Yeah. Traces. Can you stop it? Must got good sandwiches over here. Everybody eating. Probably tastes like shit. And the ancient river. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one next. Let's see. Facts. So that we might as well get to the basics anyways. That's like baseline almost. So then, so in the future, it should be like on the same frequency because we both had a debriefing. Yeah, It- we're tuning everybody. It's crazy. Yeah. Right. You can retune. At all. At all. That sounded good. And you like, no, that was way off. That what's correct is you knowing what you want it to sound like and not focusing on the overly focusing on the technical part. You could still shoot like this and it go in, or you could tuck that, tuck it in. If it worked for you, it worked for you. Because LaMelo Ball got an ugly shot, but that bitch go in. Right. Okay, shit, went in the net. Understanding, yeah. Bitch. Literally. Oh yeah, perspective next. Means it stems from the verb tynan, to stretch. I don't think it. I would be surprised if somebody has done that already. I don't think. Right. It's like them motherfuckers catch you quick. They just set a crane up there. You funny. Oh shit. Originally used in ancient Greece for both physical stretching of a string and tension of the human voice. Both. Yeah. Yeah, they have a specific space, like multiple hella space, like just for this. So I don't overload this one with space. Oh. Yeah, I've done that on my on the iPhone for sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can just right, just take a picture, and you can make like a document out of it for sure. Put it on the notes. Yeah, you're right. Forgot I could do that. Erica Badu said, "See, you hit that joint a couple times. Hit it too much, you start to hear your ancestors." Well, it depends on the weed, but yeah. Who said that? Who said that? Did I say that? That's funny. Tension in voice, yeah. So the next one is perspective. Damn, I roll a beautiful joint. Oh yeah, dude. What's going on? Yeah, because just because we use it in a certain way, don't mean it don't have another side to it. Can't even breathe. Yo, Chris Brown is in my goddamn. Can't even breathe. A little bit of accident. That nigga. Damn, what happened to the Wi-Fi? Y'all did me dirty. There we go. There we go. Perspective comes from Latin pers perspecire, perspecire, meaning to look through or to inspect closely. This is why it's good to pay attention to English, I guess. A prefix per, through, speciary, to look at, to observe. People, that's okay. From that, what I'm getting so far is that people don't inspect or look through the shit they be talking about. They'll think that they might, or we might think we have a broad perspective, but you only know that if you're actively observing each uh, word and the tone and whatnot, context. The word in late 14th century. Damn, this is before. Damn, this is perspective came out before tone, or perspective was documented before tone. Isn't that crazy? Which makes sense because there has to be one, like maybe one leading to another. The word entered the English language from Old French and the medieval Latin term perspectiva as the science of optics early on. It didn't mean point of view, but referred to the mathematical and physical study of light and how sight worked. Art. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you yeah, the broader the broader the perspective, it would uh, make the tone thing less of a conversation, maybe. So art. Yeah, that's supposed to help it out for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Heaven. Okay. Art, 15th century. Okay, so it was made into it was documented as a thing in the 14th century, science-wise, optics-wise, but art-wise, it's 15th century. With the rise of Renaissance geometry, the term shifted to describe the technique of drawing three-dimensional objects on a flat, two-dimensional surface in a realistic way. Oh, you ever like how they do this the sphere and they have the lines through it, or the trunk? You know what I'm saying? Or a pyramid with the lines through it. Yeah. Can't even breathe. Yeah. Only because you knew what you was doing. Because if you didn't have that perspective, then you wouldn't have you wouldn't have been able to display it. Let me go back. Right. Because you get a like a tint. Uh, in art history. Okay. Ooh. Okay. In art history, tone often uses interchangeably with value refers to the relative lightness or darkness of a color or area. It is foundational element. It is a foundational element of art used to create the illusion of three-dimensional form, establish mood, and guide the viewer's eye across the canvas. Mhm. Yeah. So where? Oh, I see. It says, it says notice. So I'm trying to tell you everything, and the picnic table too. It's about to have a whole new name too. Oh, they about to play chess over here. All right, so Okay, so there's two definitions of tone. Depending on art historical context, the term generally refers to tonal value, the measure of how light or dark a color is. For example, baby blue or navy blue are the same hue, HUE. Yeah, but they possess completely different tones or tonal values in monochrome or grayscale. This ranges from pure white highlights to deep black shadows. Huh? I know, right? That's funny, right? I would. It's hard to be in the middle, bro. Like, I want to be light today. The other days I was like, I want to be dark today. This, Travis Scott has a song called Gray 11. Have you heard of it? Or Gray something? On his first mixtape, The Rodeo, or something like that. Days before Rodeo, excuse me. Oh! All right. How artists use tone, creating form and depth by placing light tones next to dark tones, using techniques like, oh, I gotta write that down. I don't know what that is. Uh, she, I, Shiara Osukuro. Shiara Osukuro. Is that Japanese? It's Chiaroscuro. You see it though? I gotta Google that then. And by me having this example, it'll clear things up too. I never heard of this, but is the use of strong contrast between light and dark. Oh, that's what it is. So if you do this, that's what it's called. All right. The overall tonal choices directly influence a work's emotional resonance. A high contrast image with stark blacks and bright whites feel dramatic or tense, whereas low contrast with closely related midtones feel calm, hazy, and soft. Human eye are naturally drawn to areas of high tonal contrast. Manipulate tone to force the viewer to look at the most important part of the composition. That's facts, because like even with like watching, listening to music, watching a video, a drawing, listening to someone speak, social media, hearing someone say a story a certain way, you'll have a certain opinion of that story because of how they said it. Whole life it wasn't that. That's why it's called contrast too. Like, all right, so it's like you're saying this, but what's the contrast? What's the other side of what you're telling me? What's the contrast? People It reminds me of that Christian girl. Like, if you can if you can show me something that'll convince me, I'm like, I guess I do have to show you something then. You're waiting on that. You want to. You want to. Yeah, because you believe. But believing and knowing is two different things. Belief is like that's where I'm at for now. Because you have a belief, you have a perception, a belief of how your parents are, and then you get older and you like, he was way different than what I thought. From what I thought, I was I was taking you serious. Like you you was just you was a child. You was playing a role. You at your age and now, and scene. That's how they do it. You get it. You get to 18, 19. They said and scene. All right. So a brief history. Renaissance. 1400 to 1600. Masters like Leonardo da Vinci championed. Oh Lord. Smofado. Smoky tonal transition to great soft realistic. So we get the idea so far, right? Wait, no, we still need to come up with a solid. I think we did. I think us just talking about it was a good solid conclusion, maybe. All right, so let's go back to perspective. Ooh, let's go linear. Oh no 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 no. Linear etymology. So linear means pertaining to resembling or arranged in a line. That's where they have the term linear thinking. The word entered the language in the 1640s from the Latin linearis, which means belonging to a line. Latin linea, meaning a string, a thread, or a line, originally referring to a linen thread used as builders or carpenters measuring and leveling. Latin eris, an adjectival suffix meaning of belonging to. French, so it goes Latin, then French, then Spanish, right? Those are like the OG. And Greek, the adapted, what? The adapt, linear, I think of dominoes. Adapted. So I would say so. I would say so, yeah, for the most part. I don't know about the same, but hey, Destiny. I don't know about the same yet. We'll see. How would I ask that? in depth. I'll just put linear thinking. Exactly what we said. First recorded in 1640s, English word comes from French linéaire, which traces back to the Latin linea, meaning a linen thread, string, or cord. So it started off as something physical. I